So what is going on, guys? Welcome to the channel. In today's video, I'll be breaking down the reasons behind why I quit my corporate job. This job was gonna be guaranteeing me 6 figures and I left it without even second guessing it. I wanted to follow my dreams, become an entrepreneur. I let multiple people down and people asked me, why would you ever quit a corporate job that is gonna be guaranteeing you so much money? So in this video, stay with me here. I'm gonna be breaking it down, the reasons why I left and why corporate America was not for me. Guys, as we get started, I want to break down exactly how I landed this position as well as the truth behind why I realized corporate America will never be for me. And this is actually some of the main reasons why I decided to drop out of college, because I knew that my college decision was not going to be dependent on someone else's success, as well as I didn't want to sit there in a cubicle, work for someone else, be in this corporate America environment and to not build something for myself. So I want to jump right into the story, which I'll kind of be breaking down for you guys, how I landed this job as well as what I learned and why I will never go back to corporate and how I left so much money on the table. So in my junior year, I was a business student at the University of Maryland. It was a great experience. I was trying to figure out this college thing and I landed a job with Northwestern Mutual. This was a financial advising firm. Now personally, this position here seemed great on paper. Personally, I met with the boss. He explained with me he was making $300,000 to $500,000 depending on a year, absolutely crushing it, and saying that if you want to be successful, if you want to be rich and make a lot of money, then this is the perfect career for you. Everything seemed perfect. Everything seemed like this was the best way for me to make the most amount of money. But I wish I learned the things that I do now before I even took that job. Now personally for me, I've always wanted to be a business owner, and this position in general was allowing me to build clients, become a financial representative, to eventually work up to become a financial advisor. And once I hit this establishment, he even mentioned that I don't even need a college degree to get started. And once I knew this, I was really interested in this because deep down in my subconscious, I knew that I didn't really want to finish college, and this might be an opportunity for me to avoid college and just get right into work. So I took this job last summer, absolutely crushed it, and became a top financial representative, leading all the interns in 3 states and absolutely becoming known in this industry. And so many people might ask me, why would you want to stop this career? Why would you want to not live in this environment? And why would you not want to continue with working, making money, being in a corporate environment, showing up in a suit and tie, being so happy and looking like you're so successful? And the first reason behind why I left this corporate job, why I will not go into corporate America again, and why I have something better planned for myself and want to build my own business, work on the other business that I've currently started in my life, and to ditch working in corporate America, is because I have a clear vision and a dream for myself. When I was in this environment, everything just seemed so glamorous. The truth behind what actually was happening in corporate America was never allowed to really get out, which meant that everything was so perfect. For example, when I went to go apply for the job, it seemed perfect. When I went to go learn about how I'm going to be making money, it seemed perfect. When I learned about how I'm going to be meeting clients, building my business in corporate America, it seemed so perfect. Everything's just going to fall into place. We have people around you that are going to help you, and you're going to be successful. And the only reason I wanted to decide to stick with this job, continue to do this internship, now looking back, is because I realized that it sounded so good on paper. I love going to family events, meeting people at the beach, meeting people at the bars, and telling them, hey, I'm a financial representative, going to be a financial advisor, working in the finance industry. You know, how can that not be super attractive and something that you're going to boast about? But I realized that my ego was getting the best of me. Deep down, I was not happy. Deep down, I didn't really care about what I was doing. And deep down, I really didn't want to work in this industry, but it sounded so good. People were telling me in corporate America that you have to stick with it. Just continue to fight. You're going to find a way. You're going to persevere and you're going to be so successful. They were saying everything that I wanted to hear. But what I knew in my life is that I wanted to be an entrepreneur. I had a clear vision on what I wanted to achieve. I wanted to build something for myself. I wanted to take risks. I didn't want to be like everyone else. I didn't want to have to respond to anyone or have someone over top of me to be a boss. And I've already established certain businesses in my life at a young age, but I neglected them to go pursue this one opportunity that I thought was going to be the home run. And that was not the case. I learned so much from this experience, and there's a few other things I want to touch on, but I had a clear vision for myself. And so many people that don't have clear visions, if you don't have a clear vision for yourself, then you're not going to know what you don't want. People might ask me, and people are going to continue to shame me and say, Peter, why would you want to leave this job? You're going to make 6 figures. You're going to make all this money. You're going to look successful. You're probably going to feel successful too. But I said, hey, that is not my vision in life. That's not what I want to achieve in life. And that's not my biggest goal in life, is to be in the corporate America environment. Personally, I thought it was toxic and something that I wanted to avoid and run from. And people shamed me, discredited me, and thought I was a loser. but now I'm so much happier and glad I did it. And for me personally, the second reason why I left corporate America is because I didn't really care about the money. It seemed like everything that we were doing in corporate America, I mean, I understand it's a business, they have to make money, they have to be profitable, but everything was so focused on the money. It was never in the concern of someone else's clients. It was never in the concern of someone else. It never felt like I was truly helping someone, or never felt like my work was meaningful. And that was scary to me. I wanted to live a life of meaning. I wanted to provide real value to people. But so many people around me were focused on metrics. So many people around me were focused on how much money can you produce right now. And so many people were telling me that, hey, you're doing the client right. But I know I wasn't doing the client right. I was focused on my money, my value, and I was leaving the client short. And I just wish I never took that experience. I wish that I didn't have to sell certain products to some people, because now I know that it wasn't in their best interest. And in this environment, the money was so important that everything was metric based. Imagine waking up and trying to tell someone how many phone calls you made, how many times you went to the bathroom today, how many people you plan to call, how many people you plan to communicate or reach out to, or you always have some type of metric that you have to fulfill to show that your day was productive and successful. But in reality, I knew that metrics are not going to define my success. And now that's very painstaking. That's very pressureful. That's very stressful. And it just didn't feel right every day. If I didn't hit a certain number, I'd have to give them a reason why I didn't hit it. As well as if I hit that metric, it was unfulfilling, because the person would always say, what can you do tomorrow to do better? There was never some way to just be like, hey, you crushed it today. You did amazing. You submitted great amount of business. You had a successful day. I'm so grateful for you, and your clients are happy for you. And which left a very bad taste in my mouth about corporate America. And personally, I thought the metrics were fun at first, because I wanted to achieve. I wanted to show people how successful I can be, and how I can please the boss, and how I can please other people and make myself look good. But at the end of the day, once I did all these things, and once I was leading, I just felt like all this work was really unfulfilling and so metric based that just kind of just drowned me out and just made me have a bad taste in my mouth. And I didn't want to continue going down the rabbit hole of just continuing to produce while giving someone else the benefit of my doubt, which I'm going to talk about here now. And finally, the last reason why I quit corporate America or will never go back, even though I was guaranteed 6 figures in a position, is that all my work was benefiting someone else. All my work that I was doing, the success that I was bringing to this business, was benefiting a boss, was giving someone else a bonus, was uplifting someone else's commission check. Meanwhile, I was left stuck at the bottom of the tier. Now in this business, it wasn't really top down or very traditional to having to work your way up to the top or trying to appease your boss, because there's a lot of things that you have to do. And I was working for myself in this industry. I was making my own calls, trying to build my own clients, which means that I thought that I was building a business for myself. But in general and over time, I learned that I was getting lied to. I was making money for other people. All the business that I brought into, all the clients that I brought to me, I was helping someone else build their own business as well. Now personally for me, I didn't really feel opposed to this, because I didn't have enough skills or confidence to land as much business without their help. But I didn't realize that everyone else was profiting off my efforts. When I sold business, the person that recruited me was making money. My boss was making money. The person that helped me land the business or close the business was making money, and I was left with a little chunk of change. Now I said money was not important, but I felt like people were interacting with me on a wrong level. Everything was fake. Everyone was saying that I was doing so well. Everyone was cheering me on, but I could tell that they only wanted to cheer me on so that I could do business with them or that I could help them. And nobody was coming from a meaningful situation or desire or just wanting to be actually close to me. And I really realized this once I left corporate. All these people that I was doing business with every day, everyone that I was making business transaction with, and all the people that I was working hand in hand with every day, from my boss all the way down to other people in my position, they haven't reached out to me since. And everything was only for them to be successful, because they didn't really care about me. And that feeling of not being cared for, that feeling of not being in control, that feeling of not knowing who to trust, was very scary. And that's something that I just don't want to ever fall into again. Now, so many people may look back and say, hey, it's worth it if you're going to make a lot of money. But personally, it's really not worth it. The amount of unhappiness, the amount of stress, the amount of just you're always on your toes. You don't know if you're going to get fired. You don't know if your boss is going to yell at you. You don't know if someone's out to get you. That created so much stress. That created so much anxiety and fear in my mind. And I told myself, I don't ever want to live in the fear state. I want to be in an environment that I want to thrive, an environment that I want to build for myself, an environment that makes me excited to go to work. So that's kind of what I was going through, and that's kind of why I left corporate America. Right now, I have plans and goals as a young entrepreneur to continue to work on these businesses that I'm working with. Check out some other YouTube content that I have about the businesses that I run, a lawn care business, some social media business that I'm running as well, and new things that I'm adventuring in 2021. The great thing about what I'm excited about being an entrepreneur and leaving corporate America is that now I have the autonomy, the freedom to take my time, to take my efforts, and to build the things that I want to be. Looking back, I'm not going to say I wasted this summer internship or working in corporate America, but I learned so much that I can reflect on now. But now looking back, I wish I had that time back. I wish I had the ability to use that delicate time that I was using to build this business in corporate America, and instead pushing it out to content or the things that I wanted to build now in my life. But I guess I won't know unless I tried it. So guys, that's my experience with corporate America. If you have any suggestions, or if you're currently going through this and want to vent, to share your thoughts, to share what you're going through, and if you're in corporate, if you're unhappy, or you don't know what you want to do in life, I would love to just help you if there's any way that I can. If you need any advice, need any tips. But I just wanted to share my story. Thank you so much for listening in. And if you have any questions, comment, concerns, if you have not yet subscribed or smashed the like button, it would mean so much, guys. I will see you in the next video. Have a great weekend. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Love you guys. Peace out.